Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the best performing and worst performing stocks each year and check their returns the following year. Now in this back test, I'm just going to select the top 4 and bottom 4 stocks each year. So here are some of the packages we're going to require. We're going to start off by reading in a table with tickers. So I'll be reading in this JSON table from the SEC. So if we read that in, and we'll take a look at the table. We have approximately 11,000 different symbols. Now from this table, I want to remove any ETFs and over-the-counter stocks. I just want to focus on NASDAQ and NYSE for the exchanges. So what I'll do is read in the table with the exchange info and loop through each stock and add the exchange. So if we run this block and then we take a look at our info table, we can now see the exchange. Now we can go ahead and subset for NASDAQ stocks and NYSE stocks. So here I'll run this line. Now we get a more condensed list of approximately 3,400 different tickers. Now we can go ahead and extract all the tickers. We're going to store that into this variable. Now for each of the stocks, I'm going to get data from Yahoo Finance. We're going to calculate yearly returns. We're going to add a column for the return the following year, add the ticker as a column, and return the data. Let's go ahead and minimize this function and run it. We're going to use lapply and pass in all of my tickers. This does take a while to run, so I'm going to skip this part, but it'll save all the results as a list, and then we need to row bind our results. And I'll show you what that table looks like. So I'll run this. Within that data frame, we'll get the symbol, the year end date, the yearly return, along with next year's return. Now that we have this table, I'm going to extract all the unique cases for year end. We're going to save it into this variable. And for each of the years, I will pass that into a function. I'm going to subset for that specific year that we pass in. I'm going to remove any outliers just in case there was some sort of error in our data. So I'm going to keep the yearly returns less than 3 but greater than -1. I'm going to reorder that table from best to worst. I'm going to select the top 4 and bottom 4. I'm going to get the median return for that current year and also the median return for the following year. Combine all of my results into a data frame and return that table. So if we minimize this, we can go ahead and run it. Now we need to row bind all of our results. Let's view the median return the following year for the best cases and the worst cases. If you were to buy the top 4 performing stocks each year and hold them for a year, then the median return would be -10%, while investing in the worst 4 would generate a return of close to 17%. Now if we take a look at our table, we can see the returns for each year, the median return for the top 4 performing stocks, their return the following year, the median return for the worst 4, along with the return for the following year. So the table does seem kind of mixed. And one thing I wanted to point out was that for the median results, perhaps the return for the worst performing the following year is so high is because this data set doesn't include any bankrupt stocks or delisted stocks. So I'm only gathering data for those that did survive. So I would be very cautious in investing in the worst performing, as these stocks might get delisted. But at least for the top performing stocks, we can say that generally they won't continue to rise the following year. If you want to see the top performing and worst performing stocks this year, then back in our script, we're going to subset all of our data for this current year, remove any outliers, order by yearly return, select the top 4 and bottom 4, and we're going to go ahead and view these stocks. So these are the worst performing stocks this year. Maybe they file for bankruptcy or get delisted the following year. And for the best performing, we have these top 4. But as we saw from our median returns, these may not perform as well the following year. Well guys, this concludes the video. I'll leave a link down in the description area to my Patreon where you can find this script. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.